Okay, this is Jeff again. I just wanted to give a real quick update. The sun's getting ready to go down and it is getting chilly. I got another frost warning out for in the night, well, after midnight and in the morning. So just want to show you what I got here so far. I had to change a couple things up that I wanted to do. I wanted to set this thing on a pedestal, and you can tell I'm a car guy. I got this thing welded on a old car rim I found around the side of the garage, using this real thick, heavy steel. Show you the front of it here. That and there's just a lot of steel on this thing. Made it real front heavy. So had to kind of think up of something else. I was just going to offset the pedestal a little bit and kind of make it the balance point here, offset it forward where it will balance a little bit better. But found this old car rim. Actually sold for a Dodge truck that I used to have, and bought a rim off of eBay and just for a spare, never used it. So 3 years later, who knew? Going to be part of the stove. So actually fits on there pretty nice. It's good and solid. Ain't going to bounce around. I think I'm going to use this stove in my garage. So it's going to be on a concrete floor. No combustibles around it. So should be fine. Everything I've seen on these, they stay pretty cool around the bottom of them, so ought to be a-okay. But just wanted to shoot a quick update, see what everybody thought. I still got to tomorrow. I still have to cut my door out here and fabricate, my adjustable air vent. And also up here, I'm just going to probably just drill a bunch of, probably about 6 round holes, and then make a round, just a round piece of metal, shoot a screw through the center of it where I can just twist it and put 6 holes in that, sort of look like a cylinder on a revolver, where I can adjust that, and then the exact same thing, exact same setup down here, just make it where I can twist it to adjust the air. Plus I'm going to hinge this. Doesn't really make any difference which side, but hinge it one side or the other where I can actually swing it open, start my fire and everything in there, and kind of suck out the ashes with a vacuum, later on. Also, turn this thing over. Man, this dude is heavy too. This thing probably going to weigh probably better than 150 pounds when I'm done with it, if not more. I mentioned earlier about plugging this up or welding it up, and I think I'm just going to get it's threaded. This is where the old valve used to be on the top of the tank. I think I'm just going to get a plug where I can screw in that and then take it out, and can stick a vacuum. I'll get me a hose where I can stick a vacuum in it, just flip it over like at the end of the year or end of the burning season or what have you, and just kind of suck all, if there's any ash or whatever left in it. Plus, I'll have the side port up here also, but I think I'm just going to plug that and use it for, like I said, like a vacuum or an access door for vacuum and ash and stuff out. So, but one of these days I'll probably write a book on 101 uses for old car rims. I don't know. As you can see, I don't know if anybody seen I don't know if it was the first or second video. I had a fire in here earlier. I was doing my pre-burn on the getting that gook off the top of that tank. But this is an old Jeep rim. I had a big jacked up Jeep Cherokee for several years. You can see how wide that thing is. It's probably a good, I don't know, 10, 12 inches wide. I thought this would, I just left that pipe stubbed up and just welded the basically the center hub onto that pipe. I mean, it's solid. You can't move it. But I've burned on this thing twice, and as you can see, there's an air gap underneath between the lava rock and it, probably about 5-6 inches. And you wouldn't believe the air this thing draws from, you know, up underneath to the top. I mean, it shoots a flame up and burns really, really nice. And it actually elevates the flame up where you can actually get some heat off of it, instead of most of them are down in the pit and you're roasting, you know, whatever over top of it. But with that thing elevated, it makes it real nice. I don't know what made me think of it, just but it works out wonderful. So like I said, one of these days I'll write something on use of old car rims laying around. I thought it was kind of funny how this actually worked out. So, but there she is. It's almost there. I'm going to. I've still got to make my pellet sleeve for my pellet feed that's going to fit down in there, and do something with my doors and my air control, and put my cut my exhaust in for my pipe. I've still got to go get my pipe yet. I've got little flanges. I picked these up, I don't know, about a week ago. That I'm going to put there in the side and use that high temperature silicone. I was thinking about just welding it in, but everything I'm seeing on these things don't get hot enough to really do any damage. So I'm just going to use a high tip silicone, cut this dude in the side here, bend them fingers up and just silicone around it, and then continue, you know, up with my elbow, and then my straight pipe on up from there, which I've got to go get. I'm going to go pick it up maybe tomorrow sometime. So, but if you see anything that I need to do different, and also I started flattening out that piece of steel. I'm going to be welding it around the top of this, make a nice smooth flat surface on there. So, but if you see anything you do different, any comments, whatever, I'm going to hope to do a test burn on this thing, possibly Thursday or Friday. So give me some input between now and then. See any problems with it or something you do different, give me a heads up. Thanks.